Hello and welcome to a new year and a new review. As you can see, we're continuing the tradition of starting the year with a white hot hatch. This is the Peugeot 207 and it's the Rallye edition. We're going to be talking when we're driving a little bit more about what the Rallye edition actually means. But I want to say a thank you to Vitaliys for lending us the car so we can review this. And of course, Peugeots, as we know, have a lot of racing heritage, Rallye specifically, and we will definitely be getting into the best parts of this car. So let's just start looking at it, starting with the engine. It is a 1.6 liter turbo engine, and it delivers 150 horsepower and has approximately like 240 to 250 newton meters of torque. This engine sounds amazing. It's very responsive as well. You don't feel a lot of turbo lag when you drive this thing, and I'll be conveying that better once we actually take it for a drive. But other than that, it looks pretty standard in here. There's nothing that Peugeot has done to make it look fancier or anything. It's just your regular engine bay, not too fancy, but yeah, that's what we have to work with today, but we'll have some fun. Other than that, we're gonna get into a few cinematic shots, and as I told you, we now have Phil on the team. So Phil, cue the cinema. Okay guys, so welcome into the driver's seat of the 207 Rallye. How does it feel? It feels planted. It feels well built, and let's be honest, Peugeots from this time frame, around 2006 and so on, weren't really praised for how well built they were or anything like that, and that's just how it is. This car though, the Rallye, is quite a bit better. It's not wonderful, I'll be honest, but this is on its complete stock suspension. The only things that have been done is, as I mentioned, looking at the engine, it has a downpipe, and it has a better blow-off valve to make it sound better. Other than that, this car is stock, and I believe that is the best way to keep this car, because this is 1 out of 100 cars made, and that's quite significant if you ask me. This version was made as a thank you to a Portuguese rally driver named Bruno Magalhães, and he did so well for Peugeot in Rallye that, well, Portugal were given or granted this special model, the Rallye. And this is number 95 out of 100, and Vitaliys has graciously let us lend this and just have a day out with it. And the way it makes me feel is important. I'll be honest, it makes me feel like I'm driving a piece of history and a future classic. And sure, I know a lot of people aren't fans of how these look, so of course it might not be a neck breaker the way you would like a car to be that, but in my eyes, I would turn around for this, because this has a lot of racing pedigree. The Rallye has been a namesake for a lot of different Peugeots, but if we look at it historically, we have the 205 GTI, one of the most iconic rally cars to ever hit the scene. You have also the 306 GTI, the Maxi, which is just so well known and an icon. And then you have also the 206 GTI that was in the WRC for quite some time. But after that, Peugeot really didn't do much, did they? And that's a shame, because this car should have been like a more prolific car out to young enthusiasts, if you ask me. Now, Vitaliys is very young. He bought this car, and I believe it's a very good decision, because he has made sure that he has, how to say this properly, he has at least ensured that he will have a return on this investment, because this is such a rare version. Other than that, the car's fast, but it's not lightning quick. That's because of the turbo engine, and there's a tiny bit of turbo lag, maybe, if we're going to be picky. But once it hits, then the car moves, and it's relatively easy to anticipate, it's easy to maneuver, and also the steering is somewhat precise. Of course, this car is also getting a bit older and being on stock suspension and so on. I mean, it's a good car, but there are a lot of improvement factors that could be put onto it, which I'm sure Vitaliys will be doing as he progresses, as he does with his ownership of this car, for sure. So yeah, I believe this could be a very good car to own for most of you that doesn't really kill your bank account. But it will in time. So if you're considering something like this, like historically, you should pounce on these if you're able to find them, because they are only 100 examples. So let's talk about the interior. The seats are magnificent. They really grip you well. They're comfortable, and like they're just perfectly molded. Even if you're quite large like me, you still feel like, yeah, I'm sitting exactly the way I should be sitting in this car. And of course, that's something that Peugeot has always done well. The 405 MI16 or T16, depending, has some amazing seats as well. Those were the actual introduction to sports seats. When I was younger, a friend of mine growing up, he bought a black Peugeot 405 MI16, and it was absolutely perfect. I love that car so much, but you know, now you hardly find any of them, and this being like a continuation of their racing pedigree and so on, it does the job. It's really comfortable in here. The steering wheel has the perfect like thickness to it, so I feel like I'm actually holding a steering wheel. It's not like a old school thin. Yeah, it's very comfortable. The grip is good on it, etc. It's what you expect. Also, the white dials in the dashboard is chef's kiss. It's really, really nice to look at. Gives you the specific information, of course, but for the Rallye, you also get the oil temperature, which is quite nice to have available to you when you're, well, racing it on a track day or whatever you choose to use this car for. I am pretty sure it can do most of the things you ask it. Otherwise, the Rallye has Alcantara in it. The door sides has Alcantara, and it just looks very nice in here. It's black all the way, as you can see, and has mostly white stitching. And yeah, I'm perfectly comfortable in here. It looks absolutely stunning. Gearbox and so on feels very good. It's tight, it's precise, going from second to third. Feels perfectly tight and precise, like I said. I feel I can trust the car. It truly just asks me to push it more. And well, if I owned this, I would probably do that. But you know, I'm pretty sure Vitaliy drives this car the way it's supposed to be driven. We're only here to try and convey how the car makes you feel. In terms of everything else here, the boot space is nice. It's not like the largest space, but of course, this being a hot hatch, you can put the rear seats down, etc., and you'll have enough space to carry around most of the things that you need to carry around. It's very spacious in here. There's plenty of room above my head. So if you're like almost the size of 2 meters long, etc., 6'1", 6'2" or something, for, well, you American people or the imperial system, then this car can fit you. No issues at all. And yeah, the back seats are comfortable. They have enough space. Probably be showing you in terms of how it looks and such. And being 1 out of 100 limited edition cars, this is going to be worth a lot of money. So I feel very privileged to be allowed to drive something like this, because it's not a everyday car. You don't see these everywhere. So thank you, Vitaliy, for that. Really appreciate it. So to sum it all up, is this car worth its price? Yeah, it is. Is it worth keeping and making sure that you have a future classic? Definitely. Based on the sound of this thing and just the general drive and feel that this Peugeot gives you, the 207 Rallye is worth the price, 100%. And thank you so much for watching this. And once again, to Vitaliy, thank you very much for letting Chill With Cars take your car out and test drive it and tell the rest of the world just how it feels. And of course, we'll see you in the next episode. Please make sure to like the video, share the video as well, and hit the subscribe button and the bell so that you see the next time we actually load a video up to YouTube or any other social media as well. Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.